Aziqhelanga nazi. Aziqhelanga nazi. No, just wait. I just wanna. Hello to my Maths is a Game, my Maths is a Game TikTok family. This is your beloved Maths teacher who teaches you in the platform. And today I just want to kind of change things up a bit because usually I'm always here doing Maths live lessons. I'm at a school in the neighborhood where I teach, and it's a school here called Sokaisa Senior Secondary School in Kabeja. It's in a township called Motherwick in a bit. Hello.
Hello everyone, my name is Lina, and I've been doing great work.
I think we need to get here because then I think I'm gonna have to steal you. And let's go there because all this around sound. So guys, sorry again. Hey, I have come and work at. There's a program that's here. So I'll let her introduce herself. And I guess if there's any questions in the comment section, this is a grade 12 learner who has been doing the subjects that basically you guys, I know you are all interested in and you want assistance with in the year. Maybe you might be in grade 10, you might be in grade 11, you might be in grade 12. And this is a student who's just wrote the end.
My name is Lina, and as you heard that I've been doing great work in Sokaisa for the year 2024. My journey was tricky and hard. I had my highs and lows. My lows are actually the low you don't expect me to be, but I don't know what happens to me. So what happened is, in grade 9, I'm gonna tell my story. In grade 9, I used to be, so math was like my lowest subject. Only because I was caught up in a group of friends, which I noticed got tempo later than expected that I need to be serious with my studies. And there's this time I even got level 4, and I was not expecting this to be on my results because I expected higher, and I was like 32 out of 60, really me? And I didn't believe it. So I was like, no, I need to catch up on this and make sure I get to the math and science stream. I don't know, and it was maths Lina. So I got grade 9 or 10 4. I didn't expect myself to get that mark because that level 4 was slightly level 5, but it was just 2% short. So I was disappointed, but I wasn't, because in me I felt like, okay, maybe ndingaya go 12A, but then and is like such a small percentage in and everything, and now go be bending at MBC because I was scared jumping up here at level 4, and I was really scared. So I did actually do math and science squabbly, and later on got grade 10. I noticed, but no man, this class was meant for me because my personality teta opposite sana, but I try all the times because it's hard out there. So Gabi, there was like, we were still children, so we didn't know what comes with math and science. It comes with a lot of responsibilities and very high expectations, so you have to be focused on math and science. But I didn't understand that at grade 10. And what if I quit school and do 7? Because I'm going 2 steps backward, because I used to get like level 5. I think highly of myself. I'm sorry if anyone gets to level 5 out there. I'm not looking down on level 5, but it's just I know myself and I know what I can get. And I was like, so I was like, no ways, I'm quitting school. I am going to work up and I don't have a problem. Then no, I can't do this because never good run like that by the test, and then after that test I was in Tatwa, and I was like, okay, maybe gone in the Pumilayo and the Tatwa first group, which means gone in the Elapakum, so I need to work hard on it. I met Mr. Makanda, Miss Maziko, no Champions. Those people were the people that like they believed in me, even if like I didn't see it sometimes, but I knew they believed in me, and that gave me hope. And then kwafika omnye uMiss esikolweni, uMiss Bidla ngoku, wayengu-Miss Bidla ngoku, Miss Nomqwane ngoku. Wafika was teaching maths, and in the process of me, a lot of friends, I had to stop mixing myself with certain groups, and every time I do that, like I get backlashes, but they are good on my side because I know what I'm doing. So I met those teachers and my life changed completely. Not work hard towards that goal because so I was like, let me work hard and better myself. Then got time to was a term 1 of my level 5, and I was really beating myself over that. Term 2 na my level 7, I'm 89. So I was like, I go me math, I'm like subjects, but these subjects is nazos bengathi is Sunday like a cool bengathi like 1% different okanye sibambene guys iziyodlule yabo. So I worked hard on that, and then I got the marks I felt like I deserved. But then I know myself, I was like, man, like I'm having hope because believing in God and reading His Word. Like I read the Bible. I made sure to read the Bible because if you don't, then you won't know God, and you have to know God in your life because then you go got time for that grade 10. Like my subjects improved, and then as in I was 6, and I was like, like I'm always greedy for marks. Like I want more. I know I can get more. If I put my mind into it, I can get more. And the teachers believed in me too.
Yeah.
In grade level, so I just thought about it obsessively, and then I lost focus at schooling. But in all of that, teachers they told me I need to do better. There's this point in life done receiving marks. I received level 6 life science, and I was like I am living in life science, and I know it, but I got level 6, and I was so disappointed in myself. I always beat up myself for receiving not the marks that I targeted. But along the way, I noticed that I have but I am lazy. I'm lazing off things. I'm not studying. I'm busy with videos, like reels actually. I'm watching with studies. I was losing focus, and my friends didn't tell me back as I told me didn't tell me that you need to focus on what. And I sometimes I do a lot of self introspection. So after looking at my report at grade 11, and I was like, and I was so okay, you know what? One thing I do, once you're not good for me, I delete your number. So that's what I did, because phone has a lot of influence. What you watch on the phone has a big influence in your mind. And what I noticed is that if you watch a rise, because I was really distant with you, and then I decided, but okay, I'm gonna get friends that are that know God, and friends that pray like I do, so that so I did that, and I got friends. I was in 3rd place, got grade 11.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then
3rd place, grade 11. Term 2. So from like
I wasn't. Some of my teachers weren't. They knew me, so that wasn't like really surprising to me.
Yeah.
So I term 4. It was a hard term, because I had spiritual battles. I am supposed to let go and let God handle it, and that fidgeted my marks. I lost marks because and I was disappointed because is right, but this is cause it's a sword, and I'm not used to that because slow sword. And I go, my friend who I don't know what's happening between us, but we were friends back then, like solid friends. So I told him about and the other music was cause because when I apply, it's applying a report, and and if man said, but I'm not the best. But Tuba told me that I'm beating up myself for like doing a call because I got an average that is above 75%, and I shouldn't be ungrateful because God fought for me. Who knows what you could have gotten instead of this class? And I got level 5 class, and I was like, I want to be and you have to target high. What ifs and if you want to do it, you will do it. And then yeah, I thank God for Kuba till this day, because if he didn't say that, I would be sulking over his close-up, and then I would not be where I am today. So grade 12, term 1. I was surprised actually, because when I do this, I was really shocked because level 3 maths test. So I was like, okay, since almost like I already sent give up life but that time, but I was going to have a life as so I was like, no, I don't need to be born. They said I am inexperienced and I should listen to me to accept this, but I also need to accept this. It was wrong. There was this program, Math and Science, yeah. I'm trying us.
There it is.
So, what couldn't we can to remember? What happened was, most of school and I improved, and term 2 I got good marks, like 6 level 7s, but level 5 is close, and it's close enough, but anyways, good math and science. You may practice math and science because you know by teeny shape paper, and you actually are used to assessments as a maths, and the physics of 180, something that you're not used to. 180 in 3 hours, by the way, even if when I'm coming to 150 much in 180, so it was like hectic. So and something came to me and whispered in my ear, you're good to go, you will go. And then I chilled, I like relaxed, and I was like, oh yeah, we can't remember so Paul. There's no stress in this. That was my mistake. We wrote paper 1, and then it was announced to us that paper 1, paper 2 now, not paper 2 now. And I did really bad paper 1 when now I'm not going.
I remember that.
How will I explain to people that I did not go, but I was a potential learner? Then I blamed myself through all of this. I blamed myself. And my teachers told me, oh, Miss Gage told me that disappointed. She thought that I was going to be in that group and everything. And I understood her, because I gave them hope. I gave them those averages. And then when it comes to go on, I don't know what happened. Even I cannot explain that. Then that was like, I felt like it was my downfall, because I did not go to weekend to remember the biggest event. I was like, okay, disappointed in myself. Sure. Now going to the dinner, I didn't go anywhere, and everyone was saying that if I can't remember, and I was like, okay, my man get a final exam. Final exam. There's no turning back. You get this. I couldn't never unless you upgrade those things, and there's no time for London work. Isn't the new standard, and the sub exams are very hard. So it's either you win this challenge, or you have to accept the fate. Okay, you have to change India. So I was like, first of all, I don't want to lose inside, so I have to make sure that I excel, because if I don't, I'm gonna hate myself. I don't know till when. So I was like, okay, 1, I have to upgrade. I have to know. Subject is of upgrade. 2, I have to not complain about my results. I don't want. I would have expectations from you who believed in me, because the land was saying because I was close to giving up in grade 10, and now I'm at this point writing the final exam. Managed to get 100% in maths, managed to be position 3, grade 11. A lot of achievements I can count, but why would I give up now? So I have to work hard and excel in whatever I write. 4, there was a lot of things there were a lot of things that I limited the social life here. So I was like, this means no social life, because no one counted 5 times close to 10, I don't know, but there were a lot of things I counted because I did that exam. And then the spiritual war when you're writing a final exam. I don't even want to sugarcoat this. They're gonna fight for you. they're gonna fight with you, they're gonna fight against you. All of those three things can lose the answer. Because if you don't do them, cause final exam idlala ngomlilo ba awukho strong or spiritual. Because we may think that this is a physical world, like there's a lot of spiritual stuff going on, and we have to like know and acknowledge those zinto. Singers ignore it, because when we're ignorant, we're gonna blame ourselves in the end. So I prayed a lot and read God's word. Like I was Christian throughout the exam, and because one does it, but I'm close to 100%, because I know my strength. People one, so people two, I know my weaknesses, so I worked on them. And people two, what happened was I didn't say anything to exam room, because I know my God will fight for me. I know that the God will I think like 10 minutes of drawing paper, my eyes were blurred out. I didn't see anything. I was like, okay, what's happening? I was stressed out. I was confused. What's happening? I've never got this kind of experience. I sense sugar, but okay. I was confused and my thoughts are not straight. I'm looking at the people and they're chill. I'm not seeing anything. Not like as in blank, but it's blurred. I cannot do this without you. Then got I still cannot see. Like I think for 10 minutes. No, I'm very patient. Like I know there was fast, so I can finish it within like 2 hours. So I was like, okay, if I go to the 30 minutes, I am reporting this. So good 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes. It's up. Call me Sumoya, and then I prayed. I don't know how much I prayed. I almost cried like the moon, and then I regained my sight. But the thing is, now I'm stressed out because I want to and I am like left. Now I'm left behind, and I make sure that I make no mistakes. So I came back with 88% physics. Wow. I tried my best. So yeah, I finished writing. I acknowledge the spiritual war I was in, but I thank God that He fought with me to exam, because there were a lot of spirits against me. Like I used to have. So I wrote, and then I got back 6 distinctions. I almost cried the day I found out I got 6 distinctions. My life science teacher sent a picture of paper. And then I looked for my number. When I saw my number, I saw HL. For this, I cannot get 1 distinction. I possibly cannot get 1. So like, okay, my sim and pay. Link. And then when I looked at my results, they were saying congratulations on the distinctions. It was a paragraph. Actually, it was a time counted for. I don't know if I and counted again. I was like 6 subjects. 6 distinctions. Then I woke up and just told my mom I was excited, but I'm not really that bubbly person. So I was excited. And video school, people were who were called the top achievers. I was like, okay, maybe there are people who got 7 distinctions, but at least I got 6, and I love that for me. And I prayed that long was 6, long was 7, I be 6. Because if it's not level 6, I know these are good, I know these are hate, so all that. No, is there any miracle of yours? I don't know. Just do what you can. And then like in that why didn't say for and she told me top achiever. And then I laughed at her, because what do you mean? What do you mean? I'm not denying. Hey, well, people got 6 distinctions. I called top achievers. And people were excited to. We were the last to be announced. Yeah. I was really excited that day when everyone stood up. I was like, God, where did you put me? In what high place did you put me? Because I cannot believe this. I am getting 6 decisions. I'm being called one of the 12 top achievers. Look, I almost killed myself at one point because my mom struggled alone, and I watched her struggle, and like she was just not a person to call out for help because she feels like she's alone in this. But I watched her, and I was like, I feel like I'm a burden to my mother, because now I don't know how to console a person and didn't do or affectionate too much, so I didn't know what of God, because God actually put me in a place where I didn't think I'd be one day. And I'm glad that I got here, because now I can look at myself and say I made it, and I'm gonna make it even more, because I have to work hard in university. And I'm really thankful they pulled me out the trenches. I survived a lot of things, and thanks to the teachers and my mother, I pulled through a 6th distinction bachelor degree pass.
Wow, that's amazing. Wow. Sure. I think especially when you were talking about like the moment that you had that exam moment, you were not seeing things, but then you prayed, and then God pulled through. He's like, yeah, God is good. And MWA faith is like saying, wow. And I think when you were speaking about reels, it seems like a lot of people love reels, and it wastes their time a lot. Because someone said, yo, reels, that's me thumbing through my phone and just like, wasting a lot of time. And then someone was actually asking, any advice for a grade 11 science learner? Do you have any advice for a grade 11 science learner?
There's no limit in front of me. So there's no limit for science. Science is pretty easy, and practice every exam paper. And don't expect practice. Just be open-minded and make sure that whatever you are studying, we are focused. And I want to share my study methods, because I had seven such decided to do in mathematics. There was no strategy, but I'm gonna do in maths on Mondays or go. If I felt like doing maths today, I'm gonna do maths strictly all day without no interruptions, no one by testing, and I don't make sure that I'm doing maths today. And then go on so and pin and every day. And lali ndinga practice zanga. I subjects are practice. Life science are practice. Like if you studied like life science, you have to know the questions, you have to be familiar with what's being asked and especially we trial exam. So you have to practice a lot now, watching explanations on topics other than that next grade. Just make sure that you utilize your time as a school. Make sure you don't miss out on anything. And know what I've learned is living in regret is painful. So you have to make sure that you don't want to experience the pain of regret, but the pain of discipline. That's what I learned.
Yeah.
The pain of regret is painful. So make sure that we experience that pain of discipline throughout your studies, because if you don't, you're gonna experience the pain of regret, and you're gonna
do what needs to be done when it needs to be done. You won't always feel like it, right?
You won't. There was this time, a massive explosion of glala. I wanted to sleep so bad. I was like, I deserve to sleep. I've worked so hard.
Yeah.
But something in me said, you haven't got to the finish line.
Yeah.
You haven't got to you cannot sleep when I born black and white line. If you were saying, no, but we are God, I'm going this, nada, and please be with me. Every time where you're going, every time you sensing, don't make sure when you study, you pray before you study and pray after you finished. Because it's important that God is with you when you study, because there's a lot of spirits going around trying to disturb such things as demons and everything. But I've experienced that, and I know that God is there for his people. So make sure that you pray, because if you don't pray, if you are God's child and you don't pray, the world will attack you, and it will attack you in all corners, life, social life, academics, and you will feel like you're failing. But it's just because you're
there for God. Like, at what point in your life did you, as a teenager, navigate the space of that world and embrace it for yourself? Because too many people grow up maybe in a household where they believe in God, and mommy believes in God, daddy believes in God. You get on your life and the impact on your results, and the impact, it seems, on everything. You are always mentioning in every single turn. You God was in it, God, if it wasn't for God, prayer, God, you mentioning him everywhere. So at what point as a teenager did you actually get to a place where you saw and you had your own personal care?
I grew up not completely devoted to Christ, so I didn't know Christ that much. I was just saying I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
I didn't do all the things Christians do. They were involuntary.
Yeah.
So I began having suicidal thoughts. The devil whispers. That's one thing I'm sure of. Great in you. He makes sure that he must destroy it first. Without God, I find it. So I Masumi Spila is a woman of God, and Mr. Makana is a man of God. Mr. Makana used to always talk about God, and I was like, okay, like they keep telling us, but if you don't put your life in God, is a loser. If you have to, some people win because Satan agafuni bafi uthixo because ufuna bafana always told about us about God, and I appreciate that. And Miss Bila Hokoqali Assembly, she used to preach the word of God, and and Miss Bila now is just having a nice life, and they are not really stressing much, and I can see that they are both happy with their lives, and they keep mentioning God in whatever they say. And I wondered if my life is the worst without God, because I felt so far from God that time. So that if my life is the worst without God, how can it be with God? Then Miss Peter, that why I say Miss Peter at that time, that mana level 7 right comments, and then she told me, make sure that I get more and pray all the time. And she always encouraged me to like pray and get my friends to pray. That's when I noticed about I need new friends because these people don't pray. And that's where I found God. God assembly, and Tishara preached the word of God. There was this one time God has made, we shall be glad and rejoice in it. And then some people like buy Fumana as if like there's no deeper meaning to it. But what I found in that verse was that when the Lord makes a meaning for a person, it is designed to be happy for them, and it is designed for day. I should be with God. Then that's when I found Christ, and I was like devoted after that.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's powerful. That's powerful. Yo, I didn't know that. Yeah, someone said in the comment section, I so wish my daughter can have that fire in her. Oh.
You shouldn't force it. That's one thing I can ask
I wish
you to
my
do.
daughter can. Wow, I'm inspired. I'm actually quite inspired, and I think a lot of people in this live cycle, I've seen people are just here and they're just watching, and I'm just like, wow. And someone is saying, she's a star. She's a star. She's a star. Wow. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Unless there's anything else that you want to say on a concluding note, like it's off to the next phase of life. So where are we off to?
There's this verse. I think it was Jesus who said, "Let your will by not." I think why is a crucifier?
Yeah.
Let your will and not mine be
Institution.
desire. But I'm seeing as the email is saying that there's this one university he's sending me to, and I'm noticing that ufuna university because as in university, like I don't make you like things all the time.
Definitely.
So now I am
to Cape Town.
Yeah, I'm off to Cape Town.
Epic. And what is it that is lined up in your studies as far as Cape Town is concerned, UCT?
I think computer science or medicine.
Alright.
I don't know. I'll figure out between the two because I realized, but I love them both because I'm really curious. So I have to choose between gave a funwayo because I want to be a scientist.
Yeah.
But which field?
Yeah.
So the choice is in God's hand now.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh wow. Well, thank you so much. Yo, wow. I am so blessed. I am so blessed that we had this chance. I want to go back to school type deal so that I can actually try out. You know, sometimes you learn certain things from people and you actually gather from their experiences and you're like, man, when I was in high school, I didn't really perceive things the way that she does. And of course, you can see the fruits of having had that sort of perspective. Yo, what a life. My goodness, what a life. Are you in the loam to low? Oh, so you were saving the best for last.
Yeah.
Yeah.